Hello, buena, mi gente. We are going to make this delicious pork shoulder, also known as pernil. Yes, my way. So let's get to it. All right. So first thing is first, I'm going to go in with my main ingredients, which is adobo and the Badia Total Seasoning or Complete Seasoning. I always screw up the name. And I also go in with garlic, sofrito, lime. The ingredients, will already be in the description. I am working on a healthier alternative than using these type of ingredients. But for now, this is how I've been doing it for many, many years. Everyone absolutely loves it. So this has been just the method that I've used, and I have not changed it since. So what I do first is that I start slicing the top skin all the way back. So I'm trying to get this skin cut all the way back. And as you can see here, I'm just sliding the knife. I don't even kind of go back and forth. I just kind of slide it from one end to the other so that it goes smoother and further back. I try to get enough where I'm not getting the chunks of actual meat attached to the skin. I mean, some of it will get there, but you just want to have mainly that grease and that skin peeled back, and it just makes it a lot easier when it comes time to slide the skin off, because I like to slide my skin off and cook it separately from the pernil once it's ready to be shredded. So that's my first step, aside from cleaning the pork, of course. But yes, after cleaning the pork and getting it all nice and dried, putting it in the tray, this is my first step. After getting the skin as far back as I'd like it to be, I start to puncture holes all over the pork shoulder. The wider the holes, the better, because then I can put the seasoning within the holes and it will just grab the taste of the mixture that I am making right now. So this is about an 8 to 9 pounder. Girly, I believe she's about 9 pounds, and I label all of my pernils and I name them. My last one was Cheryl, but I did not give this one a name. I'm almost like sad that I didn't, but I was in a rush and there was a lot going on. So you can name her whatever you'd like for me. You could drop it in the comments. But okay, my seasoning for this 9 pounder consists of at least 3 tablespoons of adobo, 2 tablespoons of the complete Badia seasoning. I added my sofrito, additional garlic, 3 limes, 1 packet of the Sazón, Culantro y Achiote. I like to mix it all together so then we can put it inside the holes. And this way it gives it a really great taste. As you can see here, I just go in with my spoon and I start spreading it around the pork shoulder. And then I start to take the pieces of garlic and then I will shove it into the little holes that we made with our knives. If you need to make bigger holes, that is fine. I don't leave my pork shoulder whole, so it doesn't matter. I can poke as many holes as I want and it will not look terrible because afterwards I'm going to shred it. So this next thing I'm about to do is optional, but I love it because I think it gives it additional flavor. I like to go in with cilantro and I love to put it underneath the flap. Now, I do not keep it on there the entire time. Once I am ready to shred the pork shoulder, that's when I remove it. But in the meanwhile, I have it marinating with the cilantro in it. So I've left the pork shoulder in the fridge for about 2 to 3 days. And now it is time to pop it in the oven, and I like to slow cook it. I didn't need it until the following day, so I had enough time. I was going to leave it overnight. But hear me when I say word to the wise, eat something before you go to sleep, because this woke me up at 6 in the morning and I was starving because the smell was coming all the way down to my room. And oh my God, I was completely starving. Okay, so just in case you missed that step, I actually took white wine. I usually use the Goya white wine, and I pour a little bit at the bottom of the tray, kind of coating it maybe like a 1/2 inch so that the juices aren't drying up or burning at the bottom of the pan. So now she is ready to go in. You set it and you forget it. It is now the morning of. I've taken her out of the oven. She looks fantastic. Look at all that juice. The skin is ready to be cut off, and we will put it on a separate tray. So I like to go in with my scissors. They came with my knife set. It's not like regular house scissors, guys. So we're gonna go and take off the skin. I put it on a separate tray, so this way we can make it nice and crispy. I like to do crispy and soft because my husband likes soft. So I will take that out a little bit before it starts to get crispy, and then I'll put it back in for those who like it extra crispy. Which one do you like, crispy or a little bit soft? Let me know in the comments. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove all the cilantro. If you like it, you could leave it, but if you don't, take it out. And we're also going to remove a lot of the juice. Once I shred it, I don't want it drowning in this juice and the grease. We're going to take it out and we're going to reserve it. So I'm going to do that here as much as possible. Once you're done removing that, now we can go in with a separate bowl and we're going to start to remove the grease, the bones, and all of the yucky stuff that we do not want in our pork shoulder. So we're going to start taking it apart and start shredding it. You want to make sure you also get the veins. I always look out for them. Nobody wants veins in their pork shoulder. So please just make sure you go through it thoroughly. I make sure to go through all of those little pockets of grease it had, any like cartilage, all of those things, they need to come out. Now, once all that is done, we can now go in with the shredding. I usually just take 2 forks and I start pulling it apart and just trying to get the bottom of the tray. So if you get to the bottom of the tray, you could tell that a lot of it is just stuck together. Just pick it up and just start shredding it. It should shred easily because it's been cooking all night. Okay, so this is the step that gives my pork shoulder, my pernil, the extra kick. I go in with the juice that I already took out and I take a lime or 2 and I squeeze it into this juice and then I pour it over the pork shoulder and I mix it up. Now, at this point in time, it's also a good time to go in and maybe taste your pork and see how's the flavor. Is it too salty, which hopefully it won't be, it shouldn't, or is it bland? If it's bland, maybe you can add a little bit more of adobo into this juice and then spread it around. This did not need any more seasoning, so like I said, 3 tablespoons of adobo and the 2 tablespoons of the complete seasoning for this was just right. So I did not need to go in with any more seasoning. All I had to do was put in my lime, and I love the extra punch that it gives it. It's like a nice little kick. And then I mix it around, and then I will pop it in the oven for like another 30 minutes so it can marinate in those juices. As you can see here, I'm going to cover it back up. I'm then going to take the tray with the cuerito, which is the skin. Guys, learn Spanish with me, cuerito. And we're going to pop that in the oven as well. Now, I did leave the oven at the 275 for a little bit so it could cook, but then I took it out after the 30 minutes and I left the cuerito and I put the cuerito for 400 degrees. This is me checking in on it, but then I put the temperature up once I took the pork shoulder out and I put it at 400 to cook until it got as crispy as I needed it to get. And then I took it out and I cut it up and we got this gorgeous looking dish right here. Perfect for the holidays, perfect for a family gathering, perfect for just about anything. This is a staple in my house. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and I hope that you try it out soon. If you haven't checked out my sofrito recipe, I recommend that you go check that out so that you can make this dish absolutely delicious. Be blessed, everyone, and have a great holiday.